All right, we have so much alpha for you today, from the best airdrop targets for the next couple of weeks and months to some surprise claims, as well as active and passive ways to earn airdrops from 5-figure NFT airdrops, so much more. Let's get started immediately. Starting with what airdrops I'm currently mostly focused on. Of course, Hyperlane and Meteora still take the top spot from active airdrops. When it comes to passive airdrops, you have, of course, bridges and dexes such as Jumper, Mayan, Bungie, many others. When it comes to NFT airdrops, which have been absolutely printing for the last couple of weeks, we believe that Eclipse might follow suit from Modularium and Kaito. Then if you're farming perp dexes, Hyperliquid Season 2 is a no-brainer, and Rhea might be under the radar, could be one of the better airdrop targets when it comes to perp dexes. Finally, you have Kriya on Sui, and I'm considering to put a couple $1,000s in bucket as well. But the problem is it's for stablecoins, and most of my stablecoins have been used to buy these recent dips. But yeah, it's probably a good idea to have some exposure to this as well. For Aptos, you have liquidity airdrops, but that's a topic for another day. And in general, liquidity airdrops, there are stuff such as Cytonic, Infinex, Stacking DAO, if you're bullish on Bitcoin ecosystem and layer 2s, Echo Protocol and Aptos, and many others. But again, when it comes to the simplest, most straightforward way to make money with airdrops, you don't have to do anything special. Everybody needs to make swaps on decentralized exchanges, right? So if you, instead of going to Uniswap or Binance or whatever, you can simply find projects that are incentivizing you to make swaps on their platform. It was Odos for a couple of years, and this was a really surprise to me, to be honest. Getting a couple $1,000s for free is amazing. But again, once the cat is out of the box, then there's no profit to be made. So if you're looking to make passive income just from simply swapping tokens, the ones that I'm currently looking at are Bungie. They actually have a new UI where you can simply swap also on the same chain. Bungie used to be just to make bridge transactions, but with their new UI on new Bungie exchange, you can actually swap up to $1,000. It's in beta, so you got to be careful with this one, but there's probably going to be some incentives because they already have a balls system where you basically accumulate points for swaps. Then you also have a little more speculative ones such as Matcha and Bebop and many others, but these are like my top 3. And the strategy is very straightforward. First 15 minutes in a day, you simply swap on Jumper. First 15 days in a month, you swap on Jumper, and the other 15 days, you organically swap on, in my case, Bungie, but you can also add a little bit of these others as well. And one last thing, when you do get the airdrop, you need to know when to sell it, and everybody needs to make their own strategy. Mine is always to sell at least 25% on day 1. So the rest, you need to take a look how the price is going to perform and then cash out accordingly. In my case, I was lucky enough to sell most of it for about 4 cents. But again, you always need to leave a bit of a moon bag because, as you can see, the markets, they're currently listed only on MEXC and Bybit from centralized exchanges. And if they end up being listed on Coinbase or Binance, it's probably going to cause a massive price appreciation. Of course, currently the Odos is sitting around 50 million in market cap, and the volume is 15 million, which is really nothing special. But if you believe that this volume picks up, then maybe Coinbase and Binance take notice, maybe they list it. So yeah, always leave a moon bag just in case that this actually rockets in price. Now, regarding the much more prevalent topic of NFTs and airdrop NFTs, we have to talk about Mammoths and Kaito, which are both 5-figure airdrops for people who have done some simple transactions over the last couple of months. Let's get into this and how we can spot the next one. So what are these mammoths and why should you care? As we were farming Hyperlane over the last half a year, we have seen that there's a new bridge route going from Celestia to Forma using Hyperlane route. So we've bridged some funds over the last half a year, and always what we say, guys, don't just wash bridge, don't just send funds to a chain and then bridge back without doing anything. When you're on this new destination, at least explore a little and try to see what you can do with these funds on that destination chain. Luckily for us, this was the case with Forma, and people who had between 0 to 4 Forma NFTs, depending how much. So if you had 4, you could have gotten phase 1 of whitelist for this madness. And if you had between 2 and 4, you would be able to mint these for 0.75 TIA on December 20th. Currently, the floor is 331 TIA. So a clean 400x plus. And why is this price like that? Because people are speculating and probably over speculating on airdrop potential for 2025, because it is already confirmed there's going to be a Tusk token airdrop for Mammoth holders, as well as potentially many other airdrops in 2025, because this might just be the blue chip collection on Forma, which is closely tied and linked with Hyperlane. So maybe people are speculating that Mammoth holders will also get future Hyperlane airdrop. Again, super speculative, super whatever. All I care about is that mint price was 0.75 TIA, and currently you can cash out for quadrillion. Of course, Forma was congested and it was very hard to get this mint in. Personally, I was trying to do this for half an hour, refreshing like a maniac and trying to even reduce VPN, everything. I didn't manage to mint, but at least I'm super happy that people in our Discord, they managed to mint between 3 to 7. So that is a small consolation prize. But yeah, how do you manage to find these collections? You simply have to talk with people who know what they're doing. So yes, Mammoths might be a collection that's going to be super big. People are speculating 5K floor price 2025 plus 10K in airdrops, but you know, at these current prices, you need to do your own research, figure out that mint was super cheap, current floor is super high, but again, we will see what happens. This is number one. Second one is Kaito. So Kaito is basically a yapping platform. You can basically connect your Twitter account, your X account, and by simply posting on X, getting some interactions, you can simply qualify for this future potential Kaito airdrop. Much more importantly, if you had done this around mid-December and actually connected your wallet before December 18th, you would be eligible to mint Kaito NFT for 0.1 ETH, which is currently trading, apparently, for about $14,000. Absolutely crazy. So yeah, 5-figure airdrops and NFT mints in this crazy arena are very possible, but you need to be in the right place and know exactly what needs doing. One incredibly important thing to understand with NFT airdrops is that sometimes it can be an incredibly double-edged sword. Perfect example is Pudgy's. So on December 6th, they announced their token and the floor price for the NFT was doing very well. It was going around 32, 36 ETH. And then the same minute almost when the airdrop happened and people started claiming, I remember it was like 2 p.m. my time, the floor tanked by 50% in a matter of minutes. It was ridiculous. So yeah, currently Pudgy is currently sitting around 18 ETH floor, which is 50% down from before when they had their airdrop. A lot of these NFT airdrops are speculating on future token generations. So if we're looking at the best NFTs out there, currently only Azuki is one that still does not have a token. So if they tokenize in 2025, maybe, not financial advice, we could try to scoop up some Azuki on a dip, but again, this is speculative and we don't know. But yeah, similar to Binance Coinbase listing for fungible tokens, NFTs have a very similar thing going on with airdrop speculation in their own right. Now, when you're looking at potentially what other ecosystems could have similar rollover effect, we have something on Eclipse. I'm very bullish on Eclipse as a very cool technology between Ethereum and Solana, but for example, you have an NFT collection marketplace scope where you can get some of these NFTs for relatively free, like relatively cheap. A couple dollars are some mints, some of them are a couple hundred, but most of these NFT collections on Eclipse and particularly Scope, they were doing incredibly well. For example, the first one, the Blue Chip Collection After School Club, was minting for like 0.04 ETH, so like $150, and currently the floor price is just like almost 10x from that, maybe even more at the time of watching this. So yes, if you're looking for maybe the next place to get some NFT exposure, probably Eclipse could be one of the things that you should do some research about. And when doing your research, it is incredibly important to be as objective as possible, which is literally impossible if you're doing the research on your own. So the people you surround yourself with, it is incredibly important that these people actually know what they're doing. So being in alpha private communities is almost imperative to have an information edge coming into 2025 and maybe all the years after when it comes to crypto, DeFi, and everything. And the perfect example is this. We have literally just couple minutes before this talked about dexes where you can swap tokens, and one of the guys has actually mentioned that DeFi Llama is also one place where you can do a 2-in-1, because DeFi Llama doesn't have a token right now, but you can use, for example, matcha route on DeFi Llama and get a very nice 2-in-1. So guys, place to bounce ideas between each other, it is incredibly important to have a place like that. And usually free groups are sometimes full of spam. So if you value your time, you are going to be in multiple private communities, not just our Discord, hopefully you surround yourself with really knowledgeable people, which will help you make a shit ton of money in crypto. So yeah, one of these places is our Discord. We have many different topics we discuss about, from Hyperlane, Meteora, and many others. If you want to join, make sure to check the subscriptions tab, because we're almost certainly increasing the price for 2025, because we do want to keep the quality information very high, and we're getting so many new people now that crypto has woken up. We're super happy for that. And even if you're completely new to these topics, we also have beginner section tab and everything. So if you are new, if you're experienced, if you're a DeFi degen, you can find something of value here. And finally, of course, we have an NFT collection, which is generating you 10% passive income. So if you are ready to diversify your passive income strategies, you can definitely take a look into real yield farming, which we are generating 10% for our NFT holders every single month. Now, regarding some token claims, we have news from Swell that they have launched their Swell chain, so their own layer 2, and in early January, hopefully before January 10th, we will actually be able to get our Swell chain tokens directly on their layer 2, so we don't have to pay Ethereum gas. Now, regarding all other token claims, another quick reminder that there are websites there that allow you to bulk check all of your airdrop wallets. So if you're farming on more than 10 wallets, this can literally save you hours of your time by simply copy pasting the wallet addresses. And here you can see, for example, on Diligence DAO or other dApps such as Coin Tools and others, you can simply filter out which wallets you want to qualify for. I mean, what wallets you want to check for. And while they don't really have all of the airdrops out there, for the ones that they do have, you're going to save so much time because it's so simple. You can check both Solana and Ethereum airdrops and simply press check. It's going to list all of the ones that you're eligible or not eligible for. Of course, if it's a 4 or 5 figure airdrop, such as, for example, Arbitrum and many others that were in the past, you definitely want to double check if that is actually true on the official site, because this could have some indexing errors. But for stuff like the bridge or maybe Odos, where it's only a couple $100 or a couple tenths of dollars, you can easily just cross-reference this with the platform and it will save you so much time. Diligence DAO is my favorite for the last couple of months. Lastly, for Meteora updated strategy, if you want to make the most amount of money from the potential Meteora airdrop, as you know, you need to generate the most amount of fees, because each dollar in fees counts as $1,000 in liquidity deposited on the daily. So for this, obviously, you cannot use stuff like Sol USDC or some stablecoin pairs, because you're generating like almost negative fees in that regard. But if you can find a token that you might even hold mid to long term, before the end of the bull market, then you can generate some absurdly high fees if you manage to find a token that has good volume and a nice slow uptrend. Of course, I was not the best trader in this regard, because I missed the news that, for example, Fartcoin, which is my biggest conviction AI meme play in the last couple of weeks, I kind of missed this update that it was featured on Stephen Colbert, so national television, and then Binance also speculated on the listing because they have announced the launch of perpetual contract for Solana meme coin Fartcoin. So yes, this was clear top signals. So when it comes to these things, understand that these are super degen, super risky, and congratulations to everyone who figured out that this was a top signal. I wasn't taking a look at these things, but from now on, of course, you have to. This is basically meme coin trading with a potential of getting an airdrop and, of course, huge amount of fees on Meteora. So it's a combination of many things, and GMGN AI is by far the best platform for this, because you can see the volume on the 1 minute, 5 minute, hourly, and daily. So this is a topic for another video, and we already covered this many times, but TLDR, you want to find tokens that are in a nice, beautiful, slow, steady uptrend, so that you don't need to risk being stuck in a bad token, and they need to have a decent amount of volume, both on the minute and the 5 minute chart. Now, when it comes to all the other ones, these are even more risky than the blue chip Fartcoin. But for example, UFD, Unicorn Fart Dust, this is definitely one of my favorites, because if you actually read the origin story of this, we were there like on Tuesday last week when this started, and we caught it around 10 million market cap. And this guy, he's a silver gold maxi, like 55-year-old boomer. And he was like, man, Fartcoin is at $500 million market cap. I want to see what the buzz is all about. I want to see, why are people becoming millionaires overnight with meme coins? He's Ron's basement dude, like some YouTuber, and he creates this unicorn fart dust as a joke, right? The community is like, wait, are you mocking us? Or are you like legit what is going on here, and this thing rockets to like 200 million in market cap. I mean, it's actually ridiculous. You really have to understand the story. You need to be around people who actually do this. And yeah, it's kind of crazy that we're talking about airdrops and meme coin trading through DeFi yield farming at the same time, and yet Meteora sits at the intersection of all three. So it's glorious. It's ridiculous. It's glorious. And you know, it's important to have fun, guys. You can only do an incredibly small part of your portfolio because, again, this can all go to zero tomorrow, but it's generating ridiculous fees. Like since I started making this video, I claimed and compounded parts of it. It's already generated like $60 on not even $1,000. So this is going to print you the most amount of fees. But again, you need to be around people who know these things. And that is not just in our Discord. That's like in Fee Printers Discord, Meteora Discord. There's many, many places to get this alpha, to degen responsibly. All right, so there's literally what we're doing. It's degenning responsibly. Always take a look at 5-minute volumes, 1-minute volumes, try to see how the volume is doing, and then if it's an uptrend, downtrend, again, Meteora strategies are plentiful. Watch 4-hour bootcamp to understand the basics if you still haven't. And that's a wrap for all the news, airdrop claims, and strategies for today. If you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe, bell notifications on. Any questions, comments, drop them in the comment section below. I will reply at the most timely possible fashion. If you're serious about crypto, we're waiting for you in our Discord, and make sure to get in at a discounted price of $100 for a year or $150 for both Discord and the app, because we're almost certainly raising the prices in the next couple of weeks. Thanks again for watching. Till next time, have an amazing day.